So we don't do nothing.
People that in the city. I'm 3-7.
Oh, no, 6.
6. Yeah, right.
All right, I'm at 7. Okay.
Okay.
Amos chapter 3, verse 6.
Yeah.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city?
Right.
And the people not be afraid?
Come on.
Shall there be evil in a city?
Right.
And the Most High have not done it?
And who's not done it?
The Most High have not done it?
Right. Who allows evil to go down in the city? The Most High. You think he can't stop evil? You think that's out of his control? Like, yo, listen, these people, they're out of control. There's nothing I can do about it. The Most High is in heaven saying, man, there's nothing I can do about this. No, he's allowing these things to take place. But he's not, that doesn't make them innocent that perform these evil works. You're still guilty of the evil work, even though the Most High let it go down. See, a lot of times we don't understand the Most High, he is control of good and evil.
Right.
All right? He's in control of light and darkness. Okay? He's not, nothing is out of his control. Okay? That thought pattern that there's like war going on in the Most High's kingdom and he's on one side and he's trying to fight. No. He sets up the battles.
Right.
All right? We got to understand the power that we serve. He sets up the fight. Okay? Hold that and give me also Daniel's, the 4th chapter. Daniel 4 and 17.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
The Most High what?
Ruleth in the kingdom of men.
The Most High rules in the kingdom of men. So that's when you thought you had your purpose, your thought, your idea. All right, I'm going to do this, this, and that, right? Or, the outcome belongs to the Most High. Okay? We have control of our actions, but the outcome belongs to the Most High. Okay? So what the brothers did by selling Joseph into captivity was wicked. But the Most High took that wicked deed and what? Preserved Israel through it. Okay? Preserved Israel through it. All right? Read on.
And giveth it to whomever he will.
Right.
And setteth up over in the basis of men.
Right. He set up over at the basis of men. Meaning that what? He set up. Some people were sitting there wondering, I don't know how Donald Trump got this office. Right? How did Donald Trump become the president of the United States? Because the Most High said he set up the basis of men. He can make anybody the president. Okay? He can make anybody the president. Why? Because he's in control. Okay? So you didn't think it had something to do with votes, and we caught up in the details of it. When you step back and you say, well, the Most High is in control. And he said he can set up the basis of men. So he can set anybody in a position of power and authority. Okay? For his purpose. Okay? For his own purpose, for his own choice. All right? So that's the power that we serve. So that's what we learn here in Genesis, that even though these men, these sons, they just wanted to get rid of Joseph because they were hating on him, they was envious of him. The Most High had another plan for Joseph. And the one that they didn't want to bow down to, they had to turn around and end up bowing down to him. But they were trying to avoid, the vision that was given unto Joseph. All right, so let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis chapter 45, verse 8. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but the Most High.
Right, it was not you, but the Most High. So he understood this. Okay, he understood that. I was mad with y'all, but I realize now that the Father put me here for a reason. Okay, read on.
And he had made me a father to Pharaoh,
right?
And an Adawan of all his house.
Right, he made me a father to Pharaoh. He put me over Pharaoh. Pharaoh asking me what to do. Can you imagine? He's a Hebrew in the land of Egypt. The Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is asking him what to do. He's an advisor to the king. He said he made me a father and Lord over his whole house. All right, read.
And a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt.
Come on.
Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus says thy son Joseph, the Most High hath made me out of one of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not.
Right. Don't waste no more time out there in the wilderness. Come to Egypt. Okay. So go and tell my father, come to Egypt. Joseph is here. I'm ruling this whole zone. All right, read on.
And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen.
Shall dwell where?
In the land of Goshen.
Right, in the land of Goshen. Come on.
And thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children,
right,
and thy children's children,
come on,
and thy flocks,
come on,
and thy herds,
come on,
and all that thou hast.
Right.
And there will I nourish thee. For yet there are 5 years of famine.
Right, so there's still 5 more years of famine. So he said, come down to Egypt, you're going to be good here. Because there's 5 more years of famine coming. All right. Read on.
Lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. And behold, your eyes see in the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that is in my mouth that speaketh unto you.
Right.
And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen. And ye shall haste and bring down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept.
Right.
And Benjamin wept upon his neck.
Right.
Moreover, he kissed all his brethren and wept upon them. And after that, his brethren talked with him. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come. And it pleased Pharaoh well, and his servants.
Right, so everybody was, they overheard this conversation. And they said, wow, Joseph, the great Joseph. Remember, he was not just anybody in Egypt. He was the greatest in Egypt. All right. That his family is come. So what? It was a celebration in Egypt that Joseph has found his family. So that shows you that what? The nations, when they're in order, right? They're gonna what? They're gonna praise, our good fortune.
Right.
All right, when they're in order. And that's the order that the Most High created them to be in. They're supposed to be serving us. All right, this is not our opinion. This is according to Scripture. All right, they're out of course right now. All right, hold that and give me Proverbs 29.
Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority.
When the what?
Righteous are in authority.
What does it mean to be in authority? That means to have what? Power and control. Right? The authorities have the control. They tell you what you can and cannot do. So when the righteous are in authority, it means they have the power and control of the masses, of everyone. Right? Read on.
The people rejoice.
The people what?
Rejoice.
So people are going to be rejoicing. All these nations are going to be rejoicing. They're not going to be worrying about the fact that, they're not ruling. At first they will. We'll take care of that spirit. Right? Most I got something for that spirit right there. We're going to break that spirit real quick. Right? When they realize that they have no power, they're going to get in line and then they're going to rejoice. Knowing that what? The righteous, the real ones that's supposed to rule are ruling. Right? Read on.
But when the wicked beareth rule,
When the what?
when the wicked beareth rule,
And that's what we are happening now. Who rules the earth now? How do we know? What scripture? What scripture tells us that the wicked bear rule? That's right. Job 9:24. Right? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay. You can read it real quick. Job 9:24.
Job chapter 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
All right, so now we understand the whole earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All the authorities on this earth are wicked. I don't care if it's the Chinese, the Japanese, the white man, the East Indian, the Africans. They all wicked. Even our people that got authority in this earth are wicked, or else they wouldn't even have authority. Because the whole earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Go back to our Proverbs.
Proverbs 29 verse 2.
Come on.
When the righteous are in authority,
right,
the people rejoice.
Right. The people are not rejoicing today. Right now, the people are in mourning. You know what I mean? Everywhere there's civil conflict. Everybody's warring. Wars and rumors of wars. All right. Every country's girding up their military. You know what I mean? They trying to, they're back in Iran again, talking about nuclear weapons, right? All this time they've been paying attention to North Korea. Iran been stacking up their nukes, right? So they ain't paying attention to us right now, right? We're gonna stack our nukes, okay? North Korea, all these nations here are stacking their armies. China's still building their armies, okay? Trying to strengthen their military. Why? Because there's war, there's no safety. There's wars and rumors of wars. Right? Read on.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
The people are in mourning. Come on.
Whoso loveth wisdom, rejoice his father.
Right, that's it on that. All right, so we understand that a nation's going to get it on. Let's get another scripture that proves that. Zechariah. Zechariah 8 and verse 30 or 23.
Zechariah chapter 8 verse 23.
Matter of fact, start with
21.
20.
Zechariah chapter 8 verse 20. Thus says the Most High of hosts.
Right.
It shall yet come to pass,
right,
that there shall come people, and the inhabitants of many cities.
Come on.
And the inhabitants of one city shall go unto another, saying,
what are they going to say?
Let us go speedily to pray before the Most High,
right,
and to seek the Most High of hosts.
Come on.
I will also, Salaki, I will go also.
Right, so what? Different countries going to get together. Different cities going to come to this city. One city going to talk to the next city and say, yo, we need to go seek the Most High. They're all going to get together, right? And say, let's see where they're going to go seek the Most High. Read on.
Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High of hosts in Jerusalem.
Where?
In Jerusalem.
They're all going to come to Jerusalem, right? Not that fake Jerusalem that they're arguing about over there. Yeah, right? But the real Jerusalem. Okay. When we back in the land, all right? The real Jerusalem, we reestablished the real Jerusalem in Israel, right? Read on.
And to pray before the Most High.
And they're going to pray before the Most High. So all these nations going to come and pray in Jerusalem. But who they going to be talking to? Who are they going to pray to? Read on.
Thus says the Most High of hosts.
Uh-huh.
In those days it shall come to pass,
Come on,
that 10 men,
right,
shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
That is a what?
That is a Jew.
That is a Jew. They're gonna hold on to you all. When they see you, they're gonna be astonished and say, "Oh my, these are the children of the Most High." Right? They're not going to say, you know, nigga, get out of my store. We buy now. Like they tell you now. Like, are you buying something? And they start looking at you, following you in the store, watching the cameras. Hurry up and buy. Right? You're not welcome right now. All right? You go to these nations now, they be telling you, go home. They don't want you, your kind around here. But that's all going to be flipped, totally flipped. Right? Totally flipped. Instead of them sending you away, they're going to be wanting to follow you. Right? Read.
Saying, we will go with you.
We will go where?
With you.
We want to go with you. Read.
For we have heard.
What they heard?
The Most High is with you.
The Most High is with you. So they're going to be wanting to be with you. Why? Because the Most High is with you. When they go seek the Most High, they're going to have to seek you to seek the Most High. Everybody understand that? They can't skip over you and go to the Most. They can't just say, you know what? Forget them Hebrews. I'm going to go seek the Most High myself. That's not going to go down.
Order.
It's like we can't go to the Most High but through Christ. We can't go to the Most High but through the Son. These nations won't be able to go to the Most High but through the children of Israel. Everybody see the order? The Most High is establishing that order. Okay? The only people we're going to serve is the Most High. All right? Let's prove that. Give me Leviticus 25:55. Get Leviticus 25:55. Let's establish this thought, because we got to understand what we see in Egypt is a shadow of things to come. When Joseph is sitting above Egypt, and that even the Pharaoh of Egypt went to Joseph as a father, gave Joseph authority over his own self. Not because Joseph was stronger and mightier and would kill him, but because he understood that the Most High, there was a power that was with Joseph that was far greater than any power that they've ever seen. With all the gods of Egypt, you know, Egypt had many gods, right? They had what? The sun god, the god of frogs, the god of the rivers, the god of... With all the gods they had in Egypt, they understood that Joseph was above all that. Okay? He was above all that. And that's why he had what? Authority and influence over the king. Not because of his strength, not because he'll kill the king. Or a lot of times we think we don't get power because we're going to debo the power. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, right? We're going to just say, man, we're stronger. We're going to take the power. It ain't that. These nations are going to bow down before you because they're going to be at awe of the wisdom and the majesty that's inside you. And they're going to step back and say, no, we want to hear what you have to say. We want you to lead us. See, that's a different way of leading than having authority over. Right now, we have authority figures that say police, right? A lot of times, if he ain't had that gun, you toe-to-toe that fool right there. You don't want to hear what he got to say. But what? Through his gun and through his backup radio, we kind of say, all right, man, whatever you say, we'll do. Right? Not that we respect their wisdom. Not that we think that what? They're actually giving us the best way, the more righteous way, the more excellent way. No. We know that they're fools with a badge. Right? But we have to respect them because of what the system is set up. How the system is set up, we got to listen to what they got to say.
Agree with your adversary quickly.
Right. Agree with your adversary quickly, come. Right? But in our rulership, it's not going to be like that. People are going to want to hear what you got to say. They're going to want to be a student to what to what you're teaching. Okay, read on.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 55. For unto me, the children of Israel are servants.
Right, for unto me, this is our power speaking. The children of Israel are servants unto me. We ain't supposed to serve nobody else. We're only supposed to serve the Most High. Read on.
They are my servants.
They are whose servants?
They are my servants.
They are my servants. They're going to do my will. They're the ones set up to serve me. Read on.
Whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt.
Which he's going to bring forth. And has brought forth out of the land of Egypt. Okay. So we are supposed to serve only the Most High Yah. We're not supposed to serve these nations. The fact that we had to serve the white man and all these nations, that's an abomination. That's because of our wickedness. Okay. We're not created to be servants. We were created to be leaders and authorities on this earth. And the Most High is going to reestablish that. Right? Those nations were created to serve us. Everybody understand that? Let's prove that. Stay in the same book you have. And give me the 46th verse. Give me the 47th verse. What does that say?
3 John the strangers in 47.
48. 45? Let me look at it. Same chapter tells you who these nations are supposed to serve. So there's no confusion. 46?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let me see. Hey, Leviticus chapter 25, verse 46. Mm-hmm. And you shall take them as an inheritance for your children.
So start 45.
45 then, all right. Leviticus 25 and 45. Moreover, of the children of the strangers.
Right, of the children of the strangers. Who are the strangers? The other nations, right? Read on.
That do sojourn among you.
That come around us, right? Read on.
Of them shall ye buy.
Of them shall ye buy. What do you mean buy? When you buy something, what happens? You own it. You retain possession of it. It's yours. Of them shall ye buy. Read on.
And of their families that are with you.
Come on.
Which they begot in your land.
Come on.
And they shall be your possession.
They shall be what?
Your possession.
They shall be your possession. All right. This is from Leviticus. And we're going to see that. This is how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven. Right? Remember, things done in the past were a shadow of things to come. Okay. The way it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Read on.
Verse 46. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children.
Right.
After you.
So not only we keep them, but we can pass them on to our children. Right. Read on.
To inherit them for a possession.
Come on.
They shall be your bondmen forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever. They shall be your bondmen forever. Who are that? Who are they talking about? The children of the strangers. They're supposed to be your bondmen forever. Read on.
But over your brethren, the children of Israel.
But over a fellow Israelite brother. Read on.
Ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
We can't treat each other like that. Okay. That's only with the what? The stranger. Okay, read on.
47. And if a and if a sojourner or stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger.
Right, but there's to be instances where what? The stranger had the substance, but the Israelite didn't have that substance. So he had to go what? When it says sold himself, mean go work for them. When you work for somebody, they're paying you, right, for your time. You're selling yourself to them for that particular time. Okay, that's called a job today. Okay, a lot of us don't realize that for that particular time while you're at work, you are what? Governed by that authority. And you did so for money. So you sold yourself for that time. Okay. You didn't sell your soul, you just sold your body, your time, right? And when the day is over, you shake it off and you go back to doing what it is that you want to do, right? Read on.
Or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family. After that he is sold, he may be redeemed again.
He may be what?
Redeemed again.
Meaning he can't be in bondage. He can be what? Taken out of that servitude. Let's see how. Read.
One of his brethren may redeem.
One of his what?
Brethren.
One of his fellow Israelite brothers can what?
May redeem him.
He can pay him out of that debt. All right. He can pay that debt off, and he don't have to go work for that no more. Read on.
Either his uncle or his uncle's son,
right? Which is his cousin, right?
May redeem him.
May redeem him. Read on.
Or any that is nigh of kin unto him.
Or any part of his family could go pay for him and get out of there. Read on.
Of his family may redeem him. Or if he is able, he may redeem himself. And he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee.
Right, so he can always get himself out of that servitude. But when it comes to the stranger, we pass them on to our children. There's no out. Okay. When it comes to the stranger, they're in bonds for generation after generation. Okay. So people might say, well, that's the past. You know, that was back then. All right. But, you know, we're going for a more glorious kingdom where we all dwell together as one. And we hold hands and we're all on the same level. This God doesn't want us to be that way. Let's get Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and the first verse. Let's see if that's the case. Let's see if Leviticus is done away with in the kingdom of heaven.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
Right, that's a promise, man. The Most High said, when it's all said and done, He's going to choose Israel. Right. When it's all said and done, you Israelites, you Hebrews, are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. Even though you are wicked, even though we went through all these different changes, the Most High going to wake us back up, has been waking us back up, and we're going to dwell with the Most High yet again in the kingdom, you know?
And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the what?
Strangers shall be joined with them.
And the strangers, here go those strangers again that we just read about in Leviticus. Shall be joined with us. That means what? They're going to sojourn with us. They're going to live in our land. Read on.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Now we read how they what? They would cleave to 10 men would take hold to one that is called a Jew. We read that in Zechariah. Read on.
And the people shall take them.
And we're going to take them. Read on. What are we going to do with them? Read on.
And bring them to their place.
And we're going to bring them to our place. Where's that? Jerusalem. Read on.
And the house of Israel,
right,
shall possess them in the land of the Most High.
All right. They shall be a possession. Okay. This is in the land of the Most High. This is talking about the kingdom of heaven. That they shall be possessed in the kingdom of heaven. Read on. For servants and handmaids. You're going to have servants in the kingdom of heaven. Is everybody okay with that? I'm signing up. I could use a servant. You know, I'm too long. I've been the servant for too long. All right. It's time somebody serve us. We've been serving these nations for how long? Building up their kingdoms, building up their industries, building up their executive companies, building everything for them. And they take it and say, oh, good job. And that's all we want sometimes. Somebody to pat us on the back and say, good job. Okay. You done well. Here's a certificate. Here's some money. Here's something. And we good with that. We're going to get to the point we need to build our own nation. Right? Build our own thing. Okay. Who's saying this? Oh, okay. All right. All right, we know.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Right. They shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
And okay. So
whose captives were we? Right, everybody, right? Esau, before Esau, who had us? We went through this history recently. Who had us before Esau? No. No. We just went over this. We just had this Hanukkah celebration. Who has before Easter? No. The what? Who?
Count backwards.
Who has before? What was the name? What was the kingdom called? The what? Who said that?
Israel.
Israel. All right, thank you, Israel. Say it again. Say it loud so everybody can hear it. The Persians and the Medes had us before the Greeks. The Greeks is Esau. The Greco-Roman Empire is all Esau to this day. Before that, we was under the Persian Medes. All right. Before that was the Babylonians. Okay. So that's the order, okay, of our captivities. Now there was many little captivities in between. The different people kings came up and put down, but those were the major captivities. Remember, under King Darius, that's when we rebuilt the temple that the Greeks took from us and that we took back from them under the Maccabees. Okay, that's that temple. That wasn't Solomon's temple. That was the temple that was built in the time of King Darius. Solomon's temple was totally destroyed. Okay, by what? The Babylonians. That don't exist. That was totally destroyed. All right, so we had to know history timeline. Okay, so all these nations had us in some sort of servitude at one point in time, and we fought out of it, and we warred with them. Okay.
Jeremiah 30:16.
Read it.
Jeremiah 30:16 says, "Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured."
Right. All they that devoured us shall be devoured. Read on.
"And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity."
Right. All right.
"And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all they prey upon thee will I give for a prey."
That's it, man. The Most High is a just power. He will just say, what did it say? Just forget the past.
Bygones be
Let bygones be bygones.
Wow.
No, you know, there's no bygones with the Most High. It's justice, right? These things need to be settled. They're not settled yet, right? You see how Esau is? He's still looking for them Germans, right? He's still, them Germans old as hell. They ready to, I think he was a German, right? Pull him out of his damn his retirement home and lock him up in jail, right? They don't let bygones be bygones, but they want us to do that, right? Because our blood is cheap. Our blood ain't as cheap as they think it is. Most High gonna show them how expensive our blood is. All right, we're gonna show you how valuable the blood that they shed is. Okay. He's going to bring it to their remembrance. Okay, so let's go back, way back. Let's go back to Genesis. Yeah. So we went through all that, right? But the moral of the scriptures we went through, the understanding is that these nations will get in order. They will praise the children of Israel. They will be your servants, and that will be their natural way it's supposed to be. That would be them being in their natural state to serve you. Right now, they're not in their natural state. Why? Because they have authority over you. They're telling you what to do, and you are the king. The earth was created for you, okay? That's what the scripture said. I'm more. Say it a little bit louder. That's right. That's right. They'll be blessed by us possessing them. But that means everything's going to be in order. Okay. Let's continue where we at.
Genesis chapter 45, verse 17. And the Pharaoh said unto Joseph, say unto thy brethren, this do ye. Lad your breasts and go. Get you.
Your beasts.
Oh, beasts. Led your beasts and go.
Right.
Get you unto the land of Canaan.
Come on.
And take your father and your households and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, this do ye, take you wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones.
Right, so then make sure you get wagons, get a whole train so that you can, when you go back to Jacob, you taking everybody. Okay? Taking them from the land of Canaan, right, back down to the land of Egypt. To show you that, but we traveled from Canaan to Egypt several times, historically. Because the land of Canaan was then changed to the land of what? Israel. Okay? When it says the land of Canaan, it's talking about the land of Israel. It was called the land of Canaan before it was called the land of Israel. So we traveled from Canaan to Egypt. This is something that our forefathers did. This is why in the time of the Roman conquest, we fled into Egypt. Because this is something that we did this. This was not unusual for us to go from Egypt to Israel. We did this migration several times over. All right?
And for your wives, and bring your father and come. Also regard not your staff, your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours.
Right?
And the children of Israel did so. And Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the way. To all of them he gave each man charge of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment.
Right, Benjamin always get extra. Right? Benjamin is always taken care of. You know what I mean? So, he can't help but take care of Benjamin extra. All right? Because, Bunyamya, what does Bunyamya mean? The son of the right. All right? The son of the right. He was the last born of all the tribes. So he got, just like the last born child, the young one, they get more privileges, they get more things. All right? That's just Benjamin, right? In the sight of the Most High. Right? We on.
Verse 23. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 donkeys laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she-donkeys laden with the corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, see that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came unto the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father. And they told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt.
Right.
And Jacob's heart fainted.
Right? Could you imagine? Jacob probably passed out. All this time he thought some beast killed his son. And his son's wicked. Don't let the man believe that all these years that some beast killed his son. And now he just heard his son is alive. And not only alive, but ruler of all Egypt. Right? Read on.
And he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived.
Right.
And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die.
Right.
Chapter 46. And Israel took his journey with all that he had, and came to Beersheba, and offered sacrifices unto the Most High of his father Isaac.
Right.
And the Most High spake unto Israel in the vision of the night. And he said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, here I am. And he said, I am the Most High, the power of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will be there, make of thee a great nation.
Right. So what? Most High came to him at night. Okay. He came to him in what? In his visions, in a dream. Okay. As it is written, the Father will come to you in a vision and in a dream. All right. That's known throughout Scripture. All right. Let's prove that. Hold that. Give me Job. I've been going to the Scripture a lot lately. Maybe y'all be having dreams. Yeah. 8 30. I'm sorry, 33 is 14. Right, 33, 14. Oh, yeah.
Job chapter 33, verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceived it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose.
Right.
And hide pride from man.
Right.
You going?
Yeah, that's good enough on that. So what? They're letting us know that what? The Most High still instruction into you in your head while you sleep. Right? He'll come to you with vision and with understanding while you yet slumber. All right. So this is what is. That's why I said at night he came to Jacob. Why did he come at night? Because he was what? He was laid up. He was asleep. And he came and brought him this vision saying, go down to Egypt. What you're going to see is good. Remember, Joseph had these dreams before he was even in Egypt. And they all came to pass. So that's showing you, there's many accounts in the scriptures showing you that the Most High will communicate with you through dreams and through vision and give you a path, give you understanding of things to come. All right? We don't.
Right, Genesis.
Back in Genesis.
Genesis chapter 46, verse 4. I will go down with thee unto Egypt, and I will also surely bring thee up again. And Joseph shall put his hand upon thine eyes. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives, in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. Mm-hmm. And they took their cattle and their goods, which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came unto Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him, his sons and his sons' sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him into Egypt. Mm-hmm. And these are the names of the children of Israel which came unto Egypt: Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Hanok, and Palu, and Hezron, and Carmi, and the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jachan, and Zorah, and Shalu, and the son of Canaan, the son of a Canaanitish woman, and the son of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, and the sons of Judah, and Oran, and Shelah, and Pazra, Perez.
Perez.
And Zaron, right. But and Oran died.
Onan.
Onan. And Slaki. But and Onan died in the land of Canaan. Right. And the sons of Perez were Hezron and Holam. Hamul. Mm-hmm. And the son of Issachar, Tola, and Palva, and Job, and Shimron, and the sons of Zebulun, Shebred, and Elon, and Jahaleel. These be the sons of Leah, which he bare unto Jacob and Paddaram, with his daughter Dinah. All the souls of his sons and his daughters were 33. Mm-hmm. And the sons of Gad, Zephalon, and Haggai, and Shuna, and Esbon, Era, and Aradi, and Arali,
Oh yeah. Arali.
Arali. And the sons of Asher, Jimnah, and Ishulai, and Ishulai, and Bara'ah, and Sarah, their sister, and the sons of Bera'ah, and Hebrah, and Malachi. And these are the sons of Zephath, whom Laban gave to Leah his daughter, Zilpah, whom Laban
Right.
gave to Leah his daughter.
Uh-huh.
And these she bare unto Jacob, even 16 souls.
Mm-hmm.
And the sons of Rachel,
Right.
Jacob's wife,
Mm-hmm.
Joseph and Benjamin.
Come on.
And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim,
Right.
which Esnath, the daughter of Parah, priest of On, bare unto him. And the sons of Benjamin were Belel and Bishra.
Where you at?
Verse 21.
All right. Bekur.
That's all right.
Right.
Bekur
All right.
and Ashbel,
Right.
Gera,
Gerah.
and Nahaman,
Right.
Elhi,
Right.
and Rosh,
Right.
Muphim,
Okay.
and Hiphim, and
Arid.
Arid. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14.
Right.
And the sons of Dan, Humshem, and the sons of Hashem, and the sons of Naphtali,
Mm-hmm. Jezreel.
and Gunai,
Right. Jezreel.
and Jezer, and Shilin.
Right.
These are the sons of Bilhah, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter, and she bare these unto Jacob. All the souls were 7. All the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, besides Jacob's sons' wives,
Right.
all the souls were 66.
So how much was that? How much of them went into the land? 66. Okay. 66. Read on.
And the sons of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came unto Egypt, were 70.
So all together was 70, which is how much? 70 souls, right? So Jacob and 70 souls. So we came into Egypt. How many of us was it? 70. That's it. 70. We came out of the wilderness into Egypt with just 70. All right, and built to be a great nation there. So 70 souls can grow to be an enormous nation, bigger than past the Egyptians in number. Okay, read on.
28. And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came unto the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot, and he went up to meet Israel his father, to Goshen, and to present himself unto him. And he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while.
Right.
And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive.
Come.
And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me.
Right.
And the men are shepherds, for their trade has been to feed cattle. And they have brought their flocks and their herds, and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, What is your occupation? That ye shall say, Thy servant's trade has been about cattle from our youth even until now.
Right.
Both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen.
Right. So we're going to understand later on why was it so important for them to dwell in Goshen? Goshen is an area in Egypt that's away from the city. Today will be like considered the suburbs, okay, or the more rural parts. We had to go dwell in Goshen, right? Not only because, you know, we were dealing with cattle and things of that sort, but the Most High wanted us to be separated. All right, He wanted us to dwell in a separate area, so that when we came into the city and worked, but then we went back to Goshen afterwards. Okay, we went back to our areas afterwards. We didn't live and live where the Egyptians, the high level Egyptians were living. We didn't want to live up in you know, today we call it the gated communities with the high level Egyptians. No, we came to their land and we worked. We built up Egypt, but then we went back to Goshen.
Leviticus 20 and 26.
Let's get that. Leviticus 20, verse 26. That when He severed us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
And you shall be holy unto me, for I am the Most High, and holy,
Right.
and have severed
They
you,
have done what?
severed you
Read on.
from other people.
What does that mean to sever someone? Huh? Cut off, cut us off. So even though the Most High, you had it set up that we went into Egypt, He didn't want us to what? Mingle amongst the Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? He brought us to Egypt, why? So we escape the bondage, not for us to become one nation with the Egyptians. That was never the thought pattern of the Father. That's why he set aside Goshen. He put the spirit in Joseph to say, yo, go over, have them go to Goshen. And when they ask you what you know how to do, tell them what? We deal with herd and cattle. It's not that they couldn't do anything else, but had they said, oh, we're carpenters, or we're jewelry makers, then where would they be? They would be in the city, mingled amongst the Egyptians. So He wanted us to come to Egypt, but not for us to be mingled with these other nations, but still be separate. Like we're here in America, right? We got to go work and interact with these nations, but what? When we get our opportunity to come together, we separate ourselves. Okay? We separate ourselves. This is what the Father wants us to do. He doesn't want us to be all the way mingled with these nations all the time. Okay? We got to deal with these nations because why? The captivity and the condition that our people are in. But after that, get you from around them. All right? You don't want to go to their party and then hang out. You know, when you work around Esau, they always want you to come and hang out at their house. Come on. I'll put a couple of steaks on the grill and we'll hang out. And then we'll drink some Jägermeister. Right? No, I'm not drinking no Jägermeister with you. I'm not coming to your place. Right? We're going to deal right here at the job that I'm going to go my way and you're going to go yours. Thus saith the Most High. But they want to, you know, man, he's so cool, man. I got a lot of black friends. They want you to be one of their black friends. They can show to their family. Look at him. My black friend. Right? Drive around with you with a shotgun. Right? Trust me, I was in the executive world. I witnessed this thing myself. Like this dude just worked to drive me around amongst his people. Right? So he can show me off or something. This is some wickedness. Street cred. Right? I don't want to be around this cat. So he's going to show it to everybody. Oh, I don't discriminate. Right? And you ask him for his daughter, see what he say. Right? And he, whoa, right? Whoa now. All right, you step that line now. All right. But yeah, the Most High doesn't want us to be mingled amongst the nation. We were mingled amongst the nation because of our wickedness. But in our righteousness, we are to separate ourselves. Let's get that. Let's get what am I thinking of? Coming from all right, give me Revelation 18, verse 4. And then
Oh, come out of her, my people.
right.
Be not partakers. Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice come from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that
right.
ye be not partakers of her sins,
Right.
and that ye receive not of her plague.
When it says come out of her, my people, it means come out of the ways of America, the nations, all the philosophies, right? And be not partaker of their sins. So they having their holiday parties, don't be partaking of that. Right? Come out of it, come separate yourself. Okay? Because the Father always wanted us to be separated. He said he severed us from these people, from these nations. It was never the righteous intention for us to be mingled. But we mingled. And when we mingle amongst them, what do? We learn their ways. And we learn their ways substituted the ways of the Most High out. So we left our way and started living their way. That's why we now have to part ourselves. Pull yourselves from amongst these nations. Also give me Jeremiah. Uh, 51. Yeah. 6. Verse.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6.
Start with verse 5.
Verse 5. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power,
right?
Of the Most High of hosts.
Come on.
Though their land was filled with the sins against the Holy One of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Flee out of what?
The midst of Babylon.
What do you mean the midst of Babylon? Right? Flee out from among the midst of all the corruption and the wickedness being done in Babylon. You don't got to be in the middle of all that. Okay. Read on.
And deliver every man his soul.
And by doing so, deliver every man his soul. Do it helping yourself. Read on.
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Right.
For this is the time of the Most High's vengeance.
Right. Don't get caught up in her wickedness and then get cut off in her iniquity. Because you following after the ways of America and you end up getting destroyed yourself. All right. Tazayim? Yeah, look at that in a moment. First give me Micah 2 and 10. First Micah 2 and 10, then we'll get 2 Corinthians 6 and 17.
Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Don't get comfortable in the midst of these nations. You know?
Because it is polluted.
Right.
It shall destroy you.
Right, because the pollution of this land, right? He ain't talking about the pollution as in what burning oil and cars and he's talking about that type of pollution. It's talking about the mental pollution, the spiritual pollution. Because we are amongst these nations, we start to think like these nations. We start to act like these nations. We ain't supposed to be that way. The line needs to be drawn. Man. It used to be a time where our people, we didn't do certain things. Now we do just like the same thing the other nations do. Okay, read on.
Even with a sore destruction.
Even with what?
A sore destruction.
Even with a sore destruction, man. Okay, read on.
If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people.
Right. These people wanted people that will prophesy wine and strong drink. Right? Meaning that what they just want to feed their flesh. But we got to be smarter than that. We got to separate ourselves. Don't get comfortable. Don't get intermingled too much with these nations. All right? Give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 17.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17.
Come.
Wherefore come from among them, and be ye separate, says the Most High.
Come on.
And touch not the unclean
You
things.
see what the scripture is saying? Come from among them and be separate. All right. Touch not the unclean thing. All right. What is unclean? What's the difference between clean and unclean? Righteous and wicked. Okay. We're not supposed to be in the midst of their foolishness. Right now, they're deep in it right now. Holiday season. They deep into the unclean. Okay. Separate yourselves. All right. This place should be more packed than it ever was for people trying to flee their family, right? And their friends in this world with all that holiday madness. You can't even turn on the television, right? Without seeing some madness about Christmas. You watching the show about something totally different, and they just throw Christmas in there somehow. Commercial or something, you know. Right? You know, it's that time of the year, right? Like, oh man, why is it that they keep hitting me with this? Why they have to advertise this? But that's their way, it's their kingdom, that's their God. That's how they show homage to their God. By what? By singing to their God. That's where you get Christmas carols from. That's them singing to their God. Okay, we're gonna sing to our God, right? We're going to sing the songs of praise, right? The songs of victory, the songs of redemption, the songs of righteousness, right? We ain't going to sing songs of folly and foolishness. Deep. Right. And basically, that's why that scripture says he sold himself to be God. Right? Right. I mean, you gotta be, I don't know, you know, elves, really? Elves, some little people in the North Pole building your presence. I mean, how wicked is that? I mean, that's just foolishness. You really kind of think about it, like, damn, that's some wickedness, man. What wicked imagination you got going on? All right? But our people, year after year, they get caught up into this thing.
Into the sanctuary.
Right? Read.
And I will receive you.
Right.
Start from the top.
Yeah, read again.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them,
right,
and be ye separate,
come on,
says the Most High,
come on,
and touch not the unclean thing,
come on,
and I will receive you.
And I will receive you. Remember, we were brought amongst these nations not for our blessing, but for our curse. Okay, it was a curse that our borders were destroyed. And then we became intermingled with these nations. Give me the book of Baruch. In the Apocrypha.
For one is the laws.
Oh, the 101 of the book.
4:6.
Look at it.
What you look for?
No, that's not right. No, don't worry about it. I don't know what to think about Baruch. Give me Psalms. Psalms, mingle amongst them, 34. Psalms, I think it's 24, 30, around 5. We'll mingle amongst the nations, learn their works.
That's 106 and 35.
Yeah, 34, 106, 34.
Psalms chapter 106, verse 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Most High commanded them.
Right.
But were mingled among the heathen.
Right.
And learned their works.
And that's what happened. We were mingled amongst the heathen and learned their works. All right. We got to unlearn their works. We got to move away from their deeds. Read on.
Verse 36. And they served their idols,
right,
which were a snare unto them.
Right, their idols is talking about what? Santa Claus, Christmas trees, right? These are idols. And they became what? A snare. What's a snare? Trap. Got us trapped up, caught up, all right, into wickedness. Right, read on.
Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
Right, they brought this, and when they learned these things, they what? They taught it to their children. Right? Our sons and our daughters, we got mixed up in this stuff. Read on. And
shed innocent blood.
Right?
Even the blood of their sons and of their daughters.
Come on.
Whom they sacrificed unto idols of Canaan.
Of Canaan, man. So what? Amongst these nations, we will learn their ways and start sacrificing and doing all the wickedness that they do. But the Father's calling for us to separate ourselves. All right? We got to be separate. Be separate, as the scriptures say. All right, so we are clear, you know what I mean, that the Most High always wanted us separate. Even though he brought us down to Egypt, he said, don't go in the midst of them, go to Goshen. Goshen was a land that was barely inhabited in Egypt. It was a grasslands, okay? Build yourself up there. Don't go running in the middle of Egypt trying to live up in there, in their little, amongst them and between them Egyptians. Why? Because you're going to learn their works. Next thing you know, you're going to be serving all these gods and doing all this madness. That's why he wants us separated, right? Jen?
Oh, Leviticus 18.
All right, we'll get that. We finish this. There's more here. Give me it.
And the land was polluted with blood.
Right.
Thus were they defiled with their own works and went a whoring with their own inventions.
Right, and went a whoring with our own inventions. Not only did we start learning their works, then we started making up our own now. So yeah, we stopped celebrating Christmas, we celebrate Kwanzaa. Because we made that. Right? That's no better. All right? We took down the white Santa and put up a black Santa. James Brown Santa. Right? What are you doing? Acting like you so much better now. Oh no, I don't have that white Santa. I got James Brown Santa. Right? We took their wickedness and they multiplied and made it even more exceedingly wicked. Okay? Instead of separating ourselves completely from all of that and coming back to the commandments of Most High God.
Right.
Okay? New Year's is also an abomination. All right? There's nothing new come December 31st. The only thing new is your calendar on the wall. If anybody even put calendars on the wall anymore. All right? The year begins in the springtime. You already heard about April Fools? You know who the April Fools were?
Everybody.
We were. Because Esau called us April Fools when he changed the New Year to the middle of winter. But a lot of people didn't go along with that. A lot of people was like, man, that ain't the New Year. Everybody knew, all the nations knew the New Year was in the spring. It wasn't just us. It wasn't a secret. The whole earth knew that the new year was in the spring. But Esau changed the new year to the middle of winter. And because he had power and influence out of all the nations, he changed the natural course of things. All right, and got the nations now. But the Chinese had their own new year. Everybody got their own year. Okay? But Esau, no, you got to keep his new year. The Chinese gave it the ghost. They celebrated on Esau's new year too. Right? Knowing that wasn't their new year either. They understood the new year was in the springtime. Right? But through the influence of Esau over this whole earth, everybody has left their own way and followed his way. Okay. Well, we're going to come back. We are coming back. We've been coming back to establish the right way. And to establish the right way, we got to leave all that stuff. We got to sever ourselves from all that madness. All right. So in this time of the year, we should be more close-knit than ever. Because all this earth is wrapped up in the wickedness of the so-called pagan holidays. The holidays of Esau. The whole earth is wrapped up in this. Okay. What the Chinese got? A Chinese Santa? Right? I never seen a Chinese Santa. I haven't seen one. Right? Right. You still got the same one, huh? Yep. Right. They smarter than us. We gonna put a black Santa. The first what?
Santa costume.
The Santa costume? Yeah. It's still made in China, right? Right. That's for sure. Right? The white Santa and black Santa is made in China. Right? Because what? They just make everything. They make their money off of that.
And there's a new book, A Black Santa with his white husband.
Right, I saw that. Yeah, they had the Santas kissing, right? A black Santa and a white Santa kissing on a book. I said, man, listen. They just gonna wake the Most High, man. They gonna wake Leviathan. You know what I mean? They mad as gonna start waking stuff up, man. That's what we just say. How long, Father? How long shall we suffer these people, man? Right? When are you going to just shut this thing down? What more they got to do, man? Their wickedness is wicked. I don't even know how you even do that. How do you make something wicked more wicked? It was already wicked. Right? It was already wicked, though. And they added homosexuality to wickedness. It's like, man, where's this thing going? It's just multiplying. At some point in time, most like I say, listen, the sins of this kingdom is reached up to heaven. Right? And he has to throw this place down. He has to throw it down. All right? And we're looking forward to that day. All right? Whatever the outcome is, we are not going to get assimilated. We can't get back on this thing. Just to know that we once used to celebrate this thing is an abomination. Right? We got to keep preparing for our young mind. All right? Before this truth came to us and we were out there, you know, in the midst of this nonsense. Looking at I just like the lights. Right? Stringing lights on your house and all kind of madness. Okay. All right? Right? We gotta just sever our minds, our spirit, and know this is not of us. What was the last one called? I think it was Leviticus 18.
18 verse 3.
Leviticus
18
and 3.
Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt,
right,
wherein ye dwelt,
come on,
shall ye not do.
Shall ye not do. Don't be like the Egyptians. Even though I'm taking you down there so you can eat. So you don't starve. Not for you to be like them. So you don't starve. Okay. Read.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you,
right,
shall ye not do.
Don't be like the Canaanites. Don't be like the Egyptians. Don't be like any of these Hamites. Right? Or any of these other nations other than what the Father has given us. Okay? Separate yourself. Right? It's okay to be separate. It's okay to be different. Okay? You might not want to, sometimes you might be a little, what they call bashful. Oh, nobody else got fringes on. You don't want to wear your fringes. Wear your fringes. Wear your mitre. Wear your headscarf. Wear your dress. Wear your righteous apparel. Right? Put on your heritage. Right? This is what the Father told us to do. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Israel. Right? This is what he bid us to do. Don't be afraid. Don't let everybody else, is wearing dressed in a certain way. You want to assimilate. You see the clothing of the clothing store. The clothing store is an abomination for the men and the women. The man's clothes look like women's clothes.
Yep.
Right? You can't buy no clothes. You gotta buy a size, 2 sizes bigger because the pants are so tight in the store. It don't make no sense. Right? The shirt's like a blouse. Every shirt all open. And we talked about that last night. Some with both of the clavicles. Where you going with this clothes? Right? Where are they going? Shimmery. Everything is all shimmery and shiny, like you about to go perform in some concert. No, we're not supposed to dress like that. We're gonna get a point. We're gonna need our own clothing store. We're gonna have to shop Israel. Like, where you shopping, Israel? We're not going to none of these stores because everything in the store don't make no sense. All right? We gotta be mindful. Don't get caught up in that. You know what I mean? If it's too tight, leave it on the rack, man. That goes for. I gotta say that to the men and the women now. Before we don't have to say that to the women. Don't put that tight clothes, that tight dress, that tight skirt, that tight. Now I gotta say to the men too. Leave that tight business alone, man. All right? Because this is all the spirit of just wickedness and fornication. Okay. Back when I was their age, everything was overly sized. Right? We used to wear like everything was mad baggy, cross colors and all that stuff. Everything was big, and now I don't know how y'all fit these clothes right now. Right? I don't know. I can't even shop. Right, you gotta go. We just got Walmart. You try to buy some quality, but the quality stuff is off. So, but reality of it, what evil is increasing. It's increasing right before your faces, right before your. But as evil increases, guess what? Righteousness is increasing too amongst the children of Israel. Our people waking up, right? You're going to see more and more of our people are waking up to their Hebrew Israel, right? The Most High is pouring His Spirit on His people. We see both things happen at the same time. The wicked is getting more evil, and the righteous is getting more righteous. We are refined in our walk. It was true. All right. We're no longer trying to play both sides, eat at both tables. We totally what? Setting aside all that wickedness and only going to deal with the Most High and His commandments. All right. Give me Matthew 6. Let's say 6 and 24. 6 and 19. 6 and 19.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth,
right? Where
moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven,
right?
Where neither moth nor rust do corrupt,
right?
And where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Right. Our righteous acts is what's most important right now. That we are performing righteousness. It ain't all about getting paid, making mad money or whatever the case may be. It's about getting these good works in. Okay? You know the parable of the 10 virgins, man. Right? 5 were wise, 5 was unwise. Right? Right? The 5 wise ones took enough oil, had enough good works to last them in these last days. The unwise just lived for the day. And when it come time to continue, they couldn't continue. All right? Read on.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right, come on.
The light of the body is the eye.
Right.
If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Right, come on.
But if thine eye be evil,
right,
thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
Come on.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
And that's what's happening because our people, the wickedness has increased. Not only darkness, but the darkness became a greater darkness. All right? The evil has become a greater evil. But we got to concentrate on the light. So we become a greater light. We become more righteous. Just when we thought we was righteous and we were keeping the commandments, we find out there's more things that we can do more excellent, better. We can improve on our righteousness. Okay? That should be our goal year to year, to improve on your righteousness. There might be things that you had a problem with your first couple of years in this truth. As your years go on, get better at it. Man. Learn more. Grow in the spirit.
Done.
Can't just stay in one spot. All right? The Most High he's still pouring his spirit out onto us. We're still learning things to this day that we didn't know. All right? What I was teaching 10 years ago, we're not teaching that right now. Right? What I teach 20 years ago, we're not doing that right now. We're learning. We're growing in the spirit. The Father constantly evolving in the spirit. All right? But towards righteousness, not trying to get us back towards wickedness. We learned we were Israelites. That's just the beginning. That's just that's ground zero. If you don't even know you're an Israelite, we got a lot of work to do. Now you know you're an Israelite, you got to continue to grow in the spirit. All right? You got to continue to get more masteries, more understanding. All right? We don't.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
No man can serve two masters.
And that's what's no man can serve two masters. You know?
For either he will hate the one
right,
and love the other,
right,
or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Right. So what? If you want to love the Most High and righteousness, you gotta hate this world. Everybody understand that? You can't love the Most High and love this world.
Don't worry.
You can't love, I love Hanukkah and Christmas.
Don't worry.
No, you hate when you keep it Christmas, you hate it Hanukkah. You showing the Most High hate when you're keeping the customs of this world. Okay. You can't love both. Right? So that's what the Father let us know. You got to choose
this day
what you're going to serve. Man. Who you going to serve. All right? And he brought up Joseph, choose ye this day. Right? Who you going to serve. All right? So that we all got to make that choice in this truth. All right? Let's get back to Genesis.
Genesis chapter 46, verse 34. That ye shall say, thy servant's trade had been about cattle from your youth even until now. Both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen.
Right. So he said, tell them that so they don't try to have you go in the midst of the city so that you all will go to Goshen. Why? Because they didn't allow cattle in the city. Okay. Just like today, you're not going to see cows walking around in downtown Fort Lauderdale, right? You ain't even going to see that. Why is that? Any cow in downtown Fort Lauderdale, he's going to be wrapped in a little plastic, right? And he's going to be inside the supermarket. And he's going to be on your grill or your plate. But he ain't going to be walking down the street, right? That's coming from time of Egypt was like that as well, right? They have the area for those things. You got to go out west. Then you can see these things, right? Read.
For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
Right, every shepherd is an abomination to the Egyptians. They don't want no shepherds living next door. They don't want to smell no lamb or no cattle. No, they want everything to be pristine. All right, if you're dealing with farming, you got to take that out there. Okay? Yeah. We go out to the farm. When we go out, we go all the way out to 27th? Right? Off of Route 27.
Oh, yeah.
Off of Okeechobee.
Okeechobee.
All the way down there. The city is all the way the other way. Just so you can have an understanding of what was going on in Egypt. It's the same thing going on today. There's nothing changed. Okay? You got downtown Miami. You got to get on 8th Street and drive all the way out west. And now here comes some farms. Here comes some cattle. Here comes the things that you do, but you nowhere near the city. These things kept separated. It would be an abomination to them to have an office building and have some sheep outside grazing. That's an abomination, right? To them. Okay, same thing in the time in Egypt. All right, read on.
Chapter 47.
All right, you about to start chapter 47?
Come.
All right, before we start chapter 47, we're going to take the break at this time. We'll take a half an hour break, and then we'll pick it up with the last chapter, chapter 47. Come? Hallelujah. All right. Any announcements for the break time? They need to be sent up. Let me know. I'll be independent. You just have your break, get your lunch, stretch your legs, and we'll come back about half an hour, and we'll continue the 47th chapter. We're going down to the 27th verse.